Hi, I'm John from GPS Training. Welcome to the latest walk and talk. What am I out with today? I'm out with the new Garmin inReach Messenger. Garmin's new two-way satellite communicator. It also has a little bit of a twist to it, but more about that later. And what walk am I going on? I'm going on a wonderful 30-mile walk, starting in Rothbury, Northumberland, where GPS Training is based. And then I'm going to go to Thropton and then over to Alnham, which you might know where I did the walk and talk with the GPS Map 65S. I'm then going over to Ingram, coming back via Fawdon, Little Ryle, Lorbottle, Cartington, and back to Rothbury. So there's quite a few miles ahead. So what is the Garmin inReach Messenger? As I've said, it's a two-way satellite communicator, which we've seen before with the Garmin inReach Mini, and GPS units like the Garmin GPS Map 66i and the 700i, 750i. But what makes this difference is it's very similar to what we see on the Zoleo. Zoleo is a two-way satellite communicator from another manufacturer. With what this does is you can send and receive messages via the satellite, but if you do have a mobile phone signal, it actually sends it via the mobile phone network. So it works alongside an app on your phone called the Garmin Messenger app, which currently just works for this unit. I expect down the line it will work with other GPS units. And what you can do is you can send and receive messages via your mobile phone, via the app. And we'll have a look at that a little bit later. And if you've got a mobile phone signal, it sends it via the mobile phone network. If not, it sends it via the satellite. So what we can do then is we can keep that cost down, where traditionally with the Garmin inReach Mini is you've been limited by the number of messages you can send because you have to buy these messages within a contract. But with the great thing of this is you can send and receive lots of them, and only a few times will it use the satellite. You've also got an SOS button as well on the side of it. Now, a lot of people kind of say, oh yeah, but the weak link in this whole relationship really is the mobile phone. Mobile phone batteries are not great and potentially will go flat quicker than what this will. So what Garmin have done with this is we've actually got a little screen on the device itself, a little screen on the device, and you can actually send and receive messages on or from the device. The other thing you can do as well is, if your mobile phone is flat, you can actually plug it into this device, and it's a little power pack that will give your mobile phone a bit of a boost to get you through that awkward situation. It's not a power bank, it's not going to charge your phone for long periods, but it just gives that little bit of boost. You're going to send and receive some messages using your mobile phone, using the app on that. I've just brought you into the video 5 or 6 miles after I initially started, because I've been wanting to try this device and see exactly how it works. With my normal rucksack, I've been having a pocket on the top, and I've been putting these devices in the pockets on the top, but I brought my lightweight rucksack today because we're doing a decent mileage. So what I've been doing, I've carried it in this top of the pocket, of the front pocket like that. Now it's actually, I perceive that must be the wrong place to put it, because it's actually pointing 90 degrees to the ground. It's not looking up at the sky like we're always telling customers and users to do it. But it's been working absolutely superb. So I've been waiting till there's been no mobile phone signal, and then been sending and receiving messages via the satellite, and it's been working 100% of the time. It's been taking 3 or 4 seconds to send and receive that message. So overall, I'm really impressed with that aerial. Again, I'm putting it in a place I believe is the incorrect place to put it, and it's still working exactly as it should. One of the stunning features about the Garmin inReach Messenger is its battery life. If you want people to track where you are, the unit has the ability to send a tracking off to satellites, and then people can log on to a public page and see exactly where you are. Now, if you set that tracking up for every half an hour, you've got a 46-day battery life on it. If you change that to 10 minutes, it actually brings it down to 28 days of battery life, which is just absolutely phenomenal. Never seen anything like this on any unit before. Now, that's just your public tracking, so if you want people to see exactly where you are. But the other thing this unit does, it enables you to track and create a breadcrumb trail of where you've been. So this unit, as soon as you switch it on, it starts recording a signal I think it's every 10 minutes, it just gives a ping, ping, ping of where you are. And then what you can do, it creates what we call a breadcrumb trail behind us. And then what you can do at any time during your walk, you can say to the inReach Messenger, take me back the way you've come, and you just follow and a little arrow on the screen, and takes you back to the start of your walk, or back to a section you made a wrong turning or something along those lines. So it's quite unusual to see this tracking feature within a product like this. I suppose these are the big differences really between this and the Garmin inReach Mini 2. The inReach Mini 2 now has a bit more navigational features. So when I say navigating, that means I can load a course on it, I can load a route on it, I can load a track on it, and actually navigate me around it. And it also does a track back. The Garmin inReach Messenger doesn't have that ability to navigate you around a walk, but it does have you to give you the ability to instead just do that track and track back the way that you've come. So that's one of the key features. The battery life and the navigational experience that you get in the inReach Mini 2 compared to just the track back ability that we get on the Messenger. One of the other big differences that we see between the inReach Mini 2 and the inReach Messenger is the inReach Messenger will only give you lat and long as your position format. That's what we used to get on the inReach Mini, the original inReach Mini, which we call the Mini 1 now. But on the inReach Mini 2, we've now got the ability to change that to a local position format. In our example, British National Grid view in the UK. But with inReach Messenger, we don't have that ability. So again, when we have a look on the product a little bit later on, you'll see we're going to give it a lat and long wherever we are. So just be aware that there's nothing wrong with just having a lat and long, but we don't have the ability like we do on handheld GPS units, and also now on the inReach Mini 2 to change that to a position format in the UK that we use, which is British National Grid. So when we're looking at the inReach Messenger 2, there's not an awful lot on it. So you can see we've been going like 6-7 hours. It started off with 96%, I think, down to 90%. So on the side with the SOS button. So again, that's just under a flap, so you don't accidentally press it. And then also on this side, we have the on-off button as well. So we've got the on-off and SOS on that side. And then on this side, we've got the inReach, which tells us the time of day, battery life, and also the date as well. And then we have these few buttons on the bottom, so OK, and then to left you can put a lanyard on it if you want there, and this is the charging port, isn't it? You can plug anything in there, and that's also how you can charge your phone from it. So what we can do is just press the button there to go into it, so you can see we can send check-ins directly from it. We can start tracking, message check. Now what happens is it's every half hour it checks for messages it does. So it's not on all the time check, but every half hour it goes online and checks to see if there's any messages for you. If you send a message, it actually continues to check for messages coming back for 10 minutes after you've sent that message. It does. So it's last checked 9 minutes ago, but you can view coordinates. So we say view coordinates, as I was talking about there's a lat and long, isn't it? So again, that's how you go into it. Press that to go back, and that takes us back into it. So again, if we go back into it, you can see down the bottom it shows you where you are. Start tracking. I could press that, and tracking started, and that would be the live tracking it would be. All right, now you can see it's going to send and receive the live track points that we were talking about a little bit earlier on. Messages we can go into, so you can view the messages that are on there. So again, now we're in the, and you can scroll through all the different messages, reply to those messages. You can select quick messages. There's also a lot of functionality you can do. You can type a reply. And the only problem here typing replies, you've got to go to a letter, select a letter, go to letter, select a letter, and it is a bit tedious. So that's why you're far better using the app to send and receive messages. Because again, if you go and select an A, okay, now I want to say at, I go to the T and select the T. So it is possible on the, but it's far easier on the app. At, now space, so we go all the way along to a space. You understand where I'm coming from? It can be a little bit on the tedious side to do it direct on the unit. You are far better to do that there on the. So now send the message out. So in this menu, you've got your messages, you got your tracking, you got your weather, track back, which you're talking about a bit. What service plan you can do, then you've also got the settings within that unit as well, and that takes you back. So you can see now we're still doing that live tracking on there, so you can do some basic functionality. Again, you're far better using the app, but look, I'm not got massive hands. Look how small it is, just nice and compact, and everything in this one little piece of kit. So the key thing is most of the things you'll do on what's called the Messenger app. So you can see in the bottom right-hand corner, Messenger app takes you into there. Really simple. So it's just replicating what we just saw on that unit. And so connected, it's got 90% battery life. Again, we're on the safety plan. So we've got one message left within that plan. But don't forget we can send presets, as many presets as we can without there. We can press an SOS. So again, you can slide for SOS. If you want to press the SOS button, you can do this again from your mobile phone as well as the device itself. Other things are checking, which is your presets. What we used to call presets on the inReach Mini is now checking. So I've checked everything is okay. So I'm checking in, everything is okay. I can literally just send that, and that's sent it accordingly. I think we heard a little beep in the background. That's just the inReach Messenger actually sending that, so you can show instantaneously how quickly that was sent. We've got the live tracking going, which we just set away on the unit. So again, it's sent. Last one was sent at 15:58, and this is now how long ago that was sent. So if we want to stop tracking, we can just press stop tracking, and that is as easy as that. So straightforward as that, really. We've got messages, so if we want to send a message, so again, if you want to send a message to a friend and family member, you can select that, select the person you want to send it to, my dear wife, and then you can just type a message as such as well. Again, this one is message location on. When I press this, e.g. it will show the location in the message. So again, it gives them a clickable link, and it shows exactly where they are. So you literally just type a message, so what's going on. It's just like sending a text message, and it'll send it via the satellite or the mobile phone network, if you've got a mobile phone network. So you got weather as well, so you can you just use message credit up to get the weather, and then back to the device. Really very, very straightforward. You see it's message checking down at the bottom. So what we can do is just quickly look also what the messages look like when they come through on a mobile phone. Let's go to my inbox. Here's the message I've just received a few moments ago, so 16:04. This was the preset that I sent. I've sent it actually to myself, so I'm checking in, everything's okay. View the location on, and whoever receives it, which can be multiple people, will be able to click exactly where they are and see on the map exactly where you are. So as you know, we're coming into Ingram, River Breamish, just coming down into Ingram, and that's what the person will receive when they send them that preset or a message as well, as long as you've got the location setting correct with that. Presets, or those I keep calling them presets, that's the wrong term. These check-ins now can get set up, and they can go to multiple people, so multiple email addresses, multiple text messages, and these are all included in with each of those packages. They are, and these are now set. In the past, we used to be able to change these from the old inReach minis, but one thing about this, we're unable to change these messages. Everything okay. Starting my trip, I'm ending my trip, and they are fixed now with what they are. So that's a quick look around the app. It's really simple, and that's how you use it majority of the time. Don't forget, if your mobile phone does go flat, you have the ability to charge it. Just give a little charge from the inReach Messenger. I've just passed through the lovely little village of Ingram. It's kind of starting to go dark a little bit, so I'm fingers crossed we get another hour and a half before it goes totally dark, because we're just 18 miles into the walk, so we've got another 10 miles to go. Again, climbed up, dropped down, we climb up again. I think once we get over this next range of hills, I think it's a little bit easier, so we should get a quick pace on and hopefully back for a pint of beer about 7:30, 8 o'clock. Fingers crossed. So the sun's going down, and we can see behind me, but you can see the highest few peaks in Northumberland. So we've got Hedghope, which is the one at the front. The Cheviot behind, which is the highest point in Northumberland. It's just to the left of Hedghope is the Schil. You can see there's a cairn on the top, quite a pointed cairn, and that's the Schil it is. Those are your highest range. And people have done the Pennine Way, they've walked past the Schil. The Schil's on the Pennine Way. There is a diversion up the top of the Cheviot if you want to, when you're doing the Pennine Way. So that's the highest summits really in Northumberland, but we're going to skirt back around. The border ridge is just around there, but we're going to continue our climb up here and climb up. So this is where we've just climbed over, or I've just climbed over and dropped down to Ingram. You can see there's a little church in Ingram. We've climbed up here now, climbing back over, and yeah, I suppose it's officially, the sun has set officially, I think, by the looks of it, but it's a light night. Temperatures are plummeting. It's the middle of November. We've had a beautiful day. It's gone cold, so thankfully I've still got my, well, not still, I always carry my gloves and my hat and my rucksack, which I maybe need in the next hour or so, but onwards and upwards, as they say. Well, I thought I'd do my sign off back at home. So it's 32 miles in length. I actually went a slightly different route because it was dark. I went a less technical route, which added an extra couple of miles on, which I was happy about really. And it got us down a little bit later. But I'll give you all the stats at the end. I'll put the stats on how far it was, elevation that we've climbed, and also the average speed and that kind of thing at the end of it. But today wasn't about me. It was all about the Garmin inReach Messenger. One thing I've just noticed as we got back home and taken out my rucksack, it's still at 90% battery life. When I did those videos at Ingram, which was really four hours ago, 4.5 hours ago, it was at 90%, then it's still at 90%. So just tremendous battery life and truly stunning piece of kit. So if you've got any questions or any queries about this product or any other product that we sell here at GPS Training, please do get in touch. And I very much hope you've enjoyed the latest walk and talk. If you've got any thoughts or feedback, just leave them in the comment box below. And then again, at the end, I'm going to put a few stats about the walk. And yeah, many thanks for watching me. And I've got myself a good cup of coffee. Cheers, guys.